So let's talk about money. In today's video, we're going to cover the basics of opening a Roth IRA, individual retirement account with Charles Schwab, and also talk about the best way to start investing in the IRA if you are a beginner who is just starting off. Because to be honest, opening the account is the first step to the door, and after you open the account, everything just seems so much more complicated than it is. So I'll be giving a step-by-step guide to actually show you my account on how you shall go about applying. So make sure you smash the like button so this tutorial can help reach a bigger audience. And let's just get right into the video. All right, so I'm just gonna look up Charles Schwab IRA on Google, and the first link that it brings me to is open an IRA, individual retirement account with Charles Schwab. And after clicking on that, we can see we have three options from a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, and a rollover IRA. For the purpose of this video, we're just gonna focus on the traditional and the Roth IRA today. And I'm just gonna take a quick second to go over the key differences in both these IRAs. They're both individual retirement accounts, and pretty much upfront, the biggest difference that you need to know is the tax differences. With the traditional IRA, so you can grow potential earnings tax deferred. The money you contribute now will not be taxed, but when you take it out 30, 20 years later, it's going to be taxed at whatever income you're earning. So that's why it's saying maybe a good option for those who expect to be in the same or lower tax bracket in the future, as you'll pay ordinary income tax on your withdrawals. So really, these are for people who aren't expecting to be making as much when they're older. But why would you do that? You know, like, I feel like the 20s are when you're earning the least. So you definitely want to be taking advantage of your low tax bracket when you're young. And looking at the Roth IRA, you can grow your earnings tax-free. So contributions and potential investment gains accumulate tax-free because you pay the taxes upfront. And honestly, with the stimulus checks and all this money being injected into the government, I only see taxes increasing and not really going down. And I think this is a great opportunity to really take advantage of the low tax rates that we are given right now and really grow your individual retirement account. And that's why I usually recommend the Roth IRA over the traditional IRA. Now that we went over the biggest differences between the traditional and Roth and why I always recommend the Roth, we're gonna go through the process of what it looks like to open a Roth IRA. So to open a Roth IRA with Charles Schwab, it takes about 10 minutes. What you'll need is a permanent resident address, a social security number, an employer's name and mailing address, and maybe an offer or referral code. If you could help out the channel by using my referral link in the description below, it helps both you and me get a welcome bonus if you make a deposit of $1,000 or more. And so far, I've only been able to get one person, so let me know down in the comments below if you are my second referral. And for the purpose of this video, I do already have a Schwab account, both individual, a brokerage, and a Roth account, but I'm just gonna click no, I'm new to Schwab, so you guys can see what the application process looks like. So right off the bat, it's asking me for my personal information, my first name, my last name, my email address, my social security number, my date of birth, and my mother's maiden name. So I'm gonna have a little bit of fun here and just fill out what my heart is telling me. All right, so it took a second to fill out all the information. You guys can pause it and take a look if you guys want. I always think it's funny, but you guys might not find it funny. So clicking next. The next thing it asks us for is login ID and password. I'm gonna try to pick something that not a lot of people use, just in case this account does go through. All right, so now that the match, security question, what is your favorite book? Of course, that is YouTube. I always read on YouTube. Anyway, oh wow, that went through. Okay, so now it's asking for a street, legal address, and phone number. And you know, I always like having fun, so just give me a quick second. I'm gonna fill this out real quick. All right, so I took a second to fill out all this information. I think this is really funny, but you guys might not. We have street address, city, and mobile phone number. And then at the bottom, it's asking us if we would like to receive mail at this legal address, and have I lived at this address for more than 6 months. And then we'll click next. So after this is asking for employment status. Just for fun, I'm gonna put retired, and my annual income is of course $1 million and $1 million. A man can dream. All right, next we have providing additional details. It asks if I am a member of the board of directors, a 10% shareholder, or policymaking officer of a publicly held company, to which I am not. Are you or anyone with beneficial interest in this account employed by or associated with any of the following? Registered broker-dealer FINRA, which stands for Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. I am not. Or associated with the stock exchange. I am associated with Wall Street Bets, if that counts. But most people do not need to answer yes, so I will answer no. Would you like to add a trusted contact person? No, I may add them later. And then next. So here it's asking us for optional features you'd like to add. I don't really have experience with option tradings or margin trading. So I'm just going to click Schwab Trading Services because it asks me if I trade 3 times more than a month, and they'll give me access to their best trading tools. And personally, I've used Schwab Trading Services, and I would recommend you select this box. A lot of resources for you to use. The next is paperless futures. It's just basically asking if you want to save the trees and the environment. So I always click yes, 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 yes. Got it, got it, got it. And then next. Provide details about your beneficiaries. Do you want to add in your primary beneficiaries now? No, I will add them later. I don't have any. It's all about me. All right, and now we're going over to the terms and conditions, providing your consent to all terms and conditions. I don't actually read all this. I just usually check it. I don't know what you guys do. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys actually read all this. I probably should. All right, now it's saying account open in progress. I highly doubt it'll go through, but I just kind of wanted to take a second to show you guys what the process. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So it did. Oh, I may or may not need to call them because this isn't good. I didn't actually think it opened, but for your funding preferences, you can roll over from a 401k, which you would need to give a call at this number. You can transfer money online, or you can even deposit a check, drop off a check, or mail a check. Personally, the best option I would recommend and the fastest option is linking an external account to your Schwab account to transfer money between accounts. So initiate a set of trial deposits. It's giving me error. I think they found out that this channel or this account isn't real. Oh, that's not good. Anyways, when you click that link, it'll take you to a login info, like very similar to Robinhood and all these credit financial apps that you have. And you just input your username and your password for the bank account or checkings account that you want to link it to. And it says it takes about 3 business days. It's very simple. But that is a process of how to open an account. All right, so now that we created an account, I'm going to be showing you how to invest by showing you how to put in the market order by doing a live tutorial. And I'm also going to be giving you the top 3 stocks in what I think you should invest for your IRA. But before going into stocks, this is some really important background info that I gotta let y'all know. We have indices such as the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. And these are, I guess, what you could call triple threat indices, or maybe even Illuminati. And for those of you who watch the news, these are the green and red numbers you always see the people on the news talk about. Anyways, to the point, these indices, due to their diversification across multiple sectors such as tech, health, and industrial, and the characteristic of having a bigger and more accurate picture of the market as a whole, are usually favored for long-term investors. So essentially, rather than investing in stocks, you're investing in the market or maybe even the US economy, which is why time and time again, this investing strategy has proven so effective with investing gurus such as Warren Buffett, backing up the time in the market versus timing the market theory. And essentially, all of these 3 index funds, except for the last one that I'm going to cover, go very closely in tracking one of the 3 indices mentioned before. So I'll be going over their average return over 10 years and be showing you guys live how to place an order on both the desktop website and the mobile app. The first stock that I recommend is the Schwab Total Market Index Fund. Stock ticker symbol SWTSX. This fund basically tracks the overall US stock market measured by the Dow Jones Market Index, a portfolio of over 2,500 stocks. So this ETF is going to provide diversification in a lot of equities, and the 10-year annualized return for this ETF is 13.72. And in comparison, the S&P 500 index, which is often considered a benchmark index, over 10 years have returned a 13.88% return. So while it hasn't been able to beat the market, it's pretty damn close. So in order to purchase a stock, these are the steps that you do on the computer, and these are going to be the steps that you do on the phone. All right, so this is my Roth IRA account with Charles Schwab. I did invest in some Nokia. Nokia to the moon, right? Hold diamond hands. This was a very risky investment for me, and I thought it would pay off, but I actually ended up losing $200. So don't be like me, just be better. But most of my holdings are with Schwab S&P 500 index, which I do recommend as one of the top 3 ETFs that you should buy for your Roth IRA. And I have about $4,000 invested with them. So far is actually made me, this year I've lost $3. But you know, in the long term, I know that this will continue making money, and it's a great way to passively invest. I don't need to worry about it. I just throw it in there. Throw all my money. It's basically like a savings account with a better rate. And I know in 5 or maybe even 10 years when I look at it, it'll definitely be growing at a good steady rate, more than inflation. So this is what I'm invested in, the SWPPX. I actually do back up what I talk about. I'm going to be talking about this stock later on and why it's the top 3 ETF. But this is my portfolio, and now I'm going to show you how to trade on the website. So I just click trade, and then on the symbol SWPPX, and then we see the Schwab S&P 500 index fund. And then we just want to make sure that this is going to be the price that we're buying at. It gives you the 52-week range price and the percentage decline on a daily basis. And from the action, we're going to click buy. After clicking buy, I have to enter the amount in dollars. And you know, if I put $100, Schwab will let me buy partial. So basically, it's going to execute 1.9 shares rather than 2. And it's only going to execute the amount that I want it to. So $100, I'm going to review order, and then it's telling me, please acknowledge the following. This, okay, yep, got it. This is just giving you basically like a receipt, and then you click place order, and then order received. Thank you, we have received your order. And basically, it's as simple as that, online to place an order for a stock. As promised earlier, I'm just doing a demo on how to purchase this stock on the mobile app as well. And it's pretty much the same process. Stock ticker symbol at the top, and then it'll fill it in. And then next you want to click the buy button, the order number of shares, which is 1. And then make sure you put in a market order. And then it's as simple as placing review order and then place order at the bottom. The process will be the same for the next 2 stocks, and all you really need to know is not really the name of the fund, but the stock ticker symbol. So in this case, just reminding you again, it is SWTSX. Also keep in mind, at the end of the video, I'll be sharing a possible ETF that has earned massive gains that you could add to your portfolio last year. And while I wouldn't recommend going 100% of your portfolio allocation in this ETF, I do recommend about having 5 to 15%, because personally, this is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I think it's healthy to have a calculated amount of risk that could afford you a high payoff by taking this risk. But to play safe, the next stock I would recommend is a Schwab S&P 500 index fund stock ticker symbol SWPPX. This has averaged a 10-year annual return of 13.81, and again, like before, the annual benchmark S&P 500 index is 13.88. And to vouch for this stock, I am currently invested about $4,500, where I guess 80% of my Roth portfolio. I may or may not have invested the rest into Nokia. I just started investing into my Roth last year, but definitely as my portfolio continues growing, I do want to incorporate a little more calculated risk, and investing in Nokia, I guess, was my first step. Nokia to the moon. And basically my logic, and actually there is a lot of research backing this up, is when you're young, you want to make riskier investments because you have more time to recoup your losses. And as you get older, you want to make more safe investments because you have less time to make up those losses. And with that said, the third stock is going to be the riskiest of all of these ETFs. And that's going to be from an investment company that you may or may not have heard about. They came into the spotlight very recently last year for their bullish prediction on Tesla. Cathie Wood, their CEO, predicted a target price for Tesla in $15,000, and just last year people were calling her insane and crazy. Everyone was laughing, but look at her now, right? Making over 200% return in a year.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
So basically what you need to know is that this fund is an actively managed fund and includes those companies that rely on or benefit from development of new products, services, technological improvements, and advances in scientific research relating to the areas of DNA technology like genomic revolution, industrial revolution, all these fancy academic words like fintech, the next generation internet. But pretty much their investing philosophy is to invest in innovative and disruptive technologies. And these are going to be stocks like Tesla, Roku, CRISPR Therapeutics, and Square. This is definitely a higher risk stock just because of how, new and emerging and so much growth these stocks have. But this high risk also comes with high reward. And Cathie Woods believes investing in disruptive industries that can change the future is where true value lies in future investing. And her idea has been backed up by companies such as Amazon, Facebook, and Netflix, which have changed the lives of many people over the past couple of years. Anyways, that's all I got for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And you know how it goes, right? Peace.